Hello everyone and welcome back to Dev Portal, your go-to channel for mastering tech concept. In our Linux tutorial series so far, we have learned about users, groups, permissions and ownership. But one big question that comes to our mind is that how we can perform admin level tasks in our Linux file system and why sometimes we will get permission denied error while executing any particular command. So that exactly we are going to understand today in this video. We will cover what is root user and what is sudo and why we are using sudo instead of logging in as a root user to execute any particular command and how as a developer it will help me to use it safely in the real world scenarios. So let's start our today's video. So first let's try to understand that what is root user. So basically root user is we can understand in a way is that it is the super user of our Linux file system. Whatever access is needed to execute any particular file or any particular command, those access are already granted to the root user because root user is the administrator of our Linux file system. We can understand in a way, and it has all the permission which is needed to execute any particular command. So with this, what we can conclude is that the root user has all the privileges, and with this all the privileges, we need to be more accurate with our commands which we are executing as the root user. Because sometimes what will happen if any file which got deleted, it can be a system file. So then we will not sure that what will be the consequences. So whatever commands we are executing, first we need to make sure those are proper and correct, and then only we should be executing those commands in our system. Because otherwise what will happen? Either your OS will break or even your server will get crashed. So this is about root. Now let's try to understand what is sudo. So basically sudo stands for SuperUser DO, and what it will allow us is that rather than logging as a root user in my system, I can use the sudo command to execute the same command with the root privileges. So in my previous tutorials, if you notice that I was using sudo command while creating the user or while creating the group. So at that time I have used vbox user, but I have not used the root login. So that is the use of sudo command. With the help of sudo, rather than logging as a root user, I have used my vbox user, which is the normal user which got created in the system or which I have created in my Linux file system, and I have used that user to execute those commands. So if I show that the commands which I have executed in my previous tutorial is that one is this command which is sudo, and let's say I want to create any group. So in that case what I can write group head, and then I will mention the group name. Let's say it is the tester group. So if I want to create any tester group, this is the command which I can use, group add tester group. But because I am using the vbox user credential here or login here, so I need to use sudo as well, so that what will happen if I try to execute this command behind the scene, first it will ask me for my password, which is the vbox user password, so that it can authenticate the user is correct. What will why it is done it? Because sometimes maybe your system is on and some other person is trying to execute this command. In that case he may not be aware of the password, so that is the one level of safety that is added. And other thing is that whatever command you are going to execute, that will be the audited, or we can say that will be the tracked. Now one more question that might come to your mind is that why we are using sudo rather than using the root privileges itself. I can log in as a root user and then I can execute the same command. Why I need to use this sudo command? So that question might come or might be asked in the interviews as well. So why we are using sudo is that one big advantage it will provide is that it will track the whatever commands we are executing. So that is the one thing, I have the track what I am going to execute. Second, it will make my system more secure because it will work on the least privileges. Even though we are using sudo, it doesn't mean that I am able to execute everything whatever root will able to do it. And why we are doing is that we can understand in a way, let's say you have logged in as a root user and by mistakenly you have deleted any system file. In that case, it will be very difficult for you to again recover that. So that is the use of sudo. With the help of sudo, it may be possible. I don't have that access privileges, so or even the execution of that command privileges. So my system will get secure, or it will be secure. And sometimes what we will do in the production as well, we will disable the root login itself, so that even by mistakenly any user should not be logged in as the root user. So this also make our system, or we can say one more check, so that we can avoid unnecessary hookups. Now let's try to understand one more thing is that maybe you are trying to execute the sudo command, but you don't have the permission to execute that command as well. So how we can check that I have as the user that privilege or not? So for that we have one command which is groups, and after groups you need to mention the username. Let's say I am the vbox user. If I execute this command, you can see it will provide me the all the groups which as a vbox user I am part of. So you can see one is the vbox I am part of, then one is the sudo group. What does it means? That when I was added in the sudo group, I got privilege to execute the sudo command. But let's say if I try to see the groups which other user is part of, let's say I have one more user, that is dev portal. So if I execute the same command again, but not this time for the vbox user, but let's say for dev portal, I want to see that dev portal user is part of which all groups. So here we can differentiate is that for dev portal, it is the part of dev portal group and the user group, but dev portal is not part of sudo group. Then we can conclude that as a vbox user you will be able to execute the sudo command, but as a dev portal user you might not be able to do it. Let me show you. So let's say if I try to use sudo here, currently I am the vbox user. Let me clear the terminal and then let me execute first vmi. So you can see here vbox user is coming. Now if I try to execute sudo group add, this we have understood in our last video where I have talked about group management in the Linux. So if I use group add and then let me provide tester group, this is the group name. If I execute this command, you can see now it has asked me for the password for the vbox user. So let me provide the password and the group should get created. Now if the same command, if I try to execute with the dev portal user, in that case we can see we will get the permission denied error or some error. Let me open another terminal here, and here what I will do, first let me increase the font. So now first let me log in as the dev portal user. So if I do su is the switch user, so that I can act here as the dev portal user, and it will ask me for the password. So let me provide the password if I remember. Okay, the password is wrong. Let me try one more time. So now the password was correct, so I was able to log in as a dev portal user. If I do who am I here, so you can see dev portal is coming. Now let's try to execute the same command, which is the sudo command to create the group, and this time you can see what error, or either it should get executed, otherwise we should get some error. So let's see what is coming. So if I do sudo here, and after that let's say if I write group add, and let me provide some group name. So let's say I want to provide one more group, suppose not qa, let's say tester or new tester group. So you can see it is asking me for the password, which is I am going to provide. And now you can see dev portal is not in the sudoers file. What does it mean? That I am not part of the sudo group, which as I am here currently using the dev portal user. So what does it mean? That as a dev portal user I am not part of that group where I have those sudo privileges which should get granted to me, where I can see for the vbox user is the part of dev portal, not dev portal but sudo group. If I show you again, so if I do groups here with vbox user, we can see here sudo is present, but if I do here groups with dev portal user, we can see only two groups are present. So if you don't have the privileges to execute the sudo command, in that case as well you will not able to execute it. So this is how we can check that we have those privileges or not. Now let's try to understand that what we need to do to get those privileges. So as I told in my previous tutorial as well, that how we can add the user into the group, same command we need to execute it here. So let's say if I go to the previous terminal where I'm acting as a vbox user, if I do who am I again, so here I am vbox user. Now let's say if I want to use dev portal user as well in the sudo group, for that what I need to do, first I need to mention sudo command, because I want to add user into the group. Now to add user into the group, what we need to do, we need to use user mod command, because we are going to modify the account of the user. So let me use user mod, and after that user mod, what we need to do, we need to mention two options. One is -a, another one is -g, which I told in my previous tutorial. And after that we need to mention the group name and then the username. So the group is sudo and the username is the dev portal user. Once I execute this command, that dev portal user will get added into the sudo group, and after that he will be able to execute the sudo commands as well. If I execute this command, now let's try to see that user will get access or not. So first let me execute the groups again to see. Now we can see the dev portal is part of sudo group, and now if we try to execute the same command again, where as the dev portal user we are trying to create one more group which is new tester group, and if we execute this command again, it is asking me for the password. If I provide the password, now you can see the command got executed. Okay, so again we are getting the same error, which is the access is not there. So why this is happening, as I also mentioned in my previous tutorial as well, if you are doing any modification in your account and you have login before that, in that case those changes will not reflect. So first let me execute, and now again we will log in with the dev portal credential. So let me do sudo again with dev portal, and if I provide the password, so it has given me some error, not error, it has given me some suggestions to run the administrator commands, which is the root commands. With the sudo we need to use it. So now first let me clear this, and now if I do sudo group add, and let's say this is new tester group, if we execute, if we provide the password, you can see now our command got executed. So this is how we can provide the privileges to other users as well. Just we need to add that user into the sudo group, and then that user will be able to execute those commands. So this is about sudo. Now let's talk about that how we can use root privileges, or how we can log in as a root user. So the logic is simple. The way I log in as the dev portal user, same way I can log in as the root user as well. If I do exit here, now I am acting as a vbox user, and if I do su root, in that case it will ask me for the root password, and once I provide the root password, I will be able to log in, or I will be able to act as the root user. Then whatever commands, or you can say I'm acting as the administrator of this group. So this is how we can work. So let me cancel this. I don't want to log in as the root user. But one more thing, we need to make sure that you should not be remain active in the terminal with the root privileges. Otherwise, sometimes you might be thinking you are the normal user and you have executed any command. In that case, it will be backfire. So make sure you reduce your time of the root user logging in your terminal. Now let's talk about some common scenarios which as a developer you might have faced in your past, or maybe you are going to face. Let's say you want to install anything in your Linux file system. So for that, either what I need to do, I need to execute the sudo command to install that. Otherwise, I need to log in as the root user. So if you don't use sudo command, in that case, you will get permission denied error. Let me show you one of the example. Let's say if I execute this command, or try to execute the command, let's say apt install, and I have mentioned nginx. If I try to execute this command, it might give me the permission denied error. As you can see, the permission is not there. So to execute this same command, what I need to do, I need to mention sudo first, so that this command will get executed, and that whatever installation I want to do, it get installed in my system. So that is one thing. Now this is related to the command execution. Might be possible sometimes you want to see any particular file and you don't have access or read access. In that case as well, sudo is really helpful to us. Let me show you. So if I cancel this and let me clear the terminal. Currently if I show you where I am, so if I do pwd, I am in my home directory. Now let me show you one file where normal user don't have the access, and but with the help of sudo command we will be able to see that file. Let me go to my previous directory 2 times, and now if I do ls-l here, you can see there will be one file, not file, one folder, which is etc. This etc folder we are going to use. So let me do cd etc, and in this etc folder, or we can see the directory, one file will be there where I don't have the access. So if I first clear the terminal, and if I do cat sh, and the file name should be something like shadow, I guess. If I execute this, you can see permission denied is coming. But if I use sudo, now you can see the file I was able to access it. So this is how we can play with the sudo command. So that's it for today's video on dev portal. Today we have discussed about root user and the sudo privileges it provides in our Linux file system. And now we understand what is root and how we can use sudo very safely rather than logging as the root user in our Linux file system, and how we can execute admin level tasks with the help of sudo command. So that's it for today's video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Tech Portal, and share these videos with your fellow developers and friends. Notes link I will give you in the description box as well as in the comment section, so you can check it out. And I will see you in my next video.